Hi, everybody, and welcome to South County Stadium. This should be a good game. For the second time in 3 weeks, we have got the unbeatens battling each other. Treasure Coast High School and Vero Beach. Adam McDonald of the St. Lucie Mets, he's still on cloud nine over last night with the New York Mets getting into the National League playoffs. Adam, this should be a good one.
This is a really exciting game, Greg. You have the Vero Beach, the powerhouse, the number 2 ranked team in the state, and they are facing the up-and-coming Treasure Coast Titans, who did the unthinkable. They pulled a big upset against Fort Pierce Central right here at South County Stadium 2 weeks ago. Now they try to do it again, and they try to take this District 8.
Yeah, and what's really amazing is that Treasure Coast was winless last year, and now all of a sudden they come into this game undefeated. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes with more of the pregame show. Welcome. This should be a great game. Vero Beach and Treasure Coast. We'll be back in 2.
Great news! Your St. Lucie Public Schools has created an app available for you to download today. It's easy. Just go to your online app portal and search for St. Lucie Public Schools. Once you have downloaded the app, you have handy access to St. Lucie Public Schools news, calendars, athletic events, parent resources, educators resources, and with just a single swipe, contact information and website links for all public schools in St. Lucie County. In addition, this app provides you with the ability to follow us on Twitter. Here you can receive more frequent information and real-time happenings in your St. Lucie Public Schools. Download the app today.
Want to welcome all the folks in Martin County listening on WSTU for this real big game. And, of course, next week we are going to have one simulcast going the other way. Mike Thomas coming back from his honeymoon, and he'll have a great game to call with Lakeland Kathleen. They're perennially in the FHSAA playoffs, and they'll be going up against South Fork. So that should be a great game next week. And Adam hopefully will be going up for Game 6 of the National League Championship Series at that point.
If I'm not going up to New York for Game 6, I hope it's because New York has already advanced to the World Series.
Yeah, there you go. And you know, it's you look at, and you can't really compare the sports, but I mean, you look at the movement of, say, a young kid who has aspirations of being a major league player, and it all starts at levels like, you know, the St. Lucie Mets, but then you see him on television just maybe 4, 5, 6 years later, and it's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's a kid's dream, and that's every kid on this field wants to play at a Division I college. So, yeah, same thing.
Yeah, with 2 undefeated teams, Greg, there's going to be quite a few of these guys that are eventually going to get to Division I college. There's a lot of talent on this field tonight for Treasure Coast and for Vero Beach.
Yeah, and it was very interesting. This is senior night at Treasure Coast High School. To hear the schools, whether it was like Stetson, there was Ohio State, there was the University of Oregon, Central Florida, of course USF, you expect that, University of Miami. But boy, I'll tell you, these kids from this area are going to major colleges all over the U.S.
Yeah, not just the football players, but they had band members, cheerleaders being called and such. So it's not just limited to the football program.
Well, you look at this Vero Beach team, and it's just so hard to imagine. You know, you think these guys are so strong. All 6 of their games have been at home. This is the first of a 4-game road trip for this Vero Beach team. So
yeah, they're away from the comforts of the Citrus Bowl, and you saw what happened or heard what happened a couple weeks ago when Fort Pierce Central got away from Lawnwood Stadium and came in here. Treasure Coast, makes this a very tough place to play, and already looking down at the crowd below us, Greg, there's a lot of black and gold, which tells me that there's a lot of home fans in attendance tonight, and it's just going to continue to fill up here, and they're going to be very loud. I think that win over Fort Pierce Central gave the fans a reason to believe, and they think that they can hang with this very powerful Vero Beach team.
You bet. You got to believe, that's for sure. And you look across the way, Vero Beach travels so well. And they have an entire fleet of charter buses behind the stands. And these are the fans that came all of maybe 25 miles to see this game.
And I bet there's some more fans that aren't in the charter bus that might have driven their own cars the long 20 miles. So I'd expect the visiting side to be totally filled by the time the first quarter gets underway. Right now, I'd say it's at 75% capacity, and you can hear the band in the background on the crowd mic. Apparently, they only brought about half the band, so that leaves another entire section for fans to come and make some noise.
Yeah, they really cannot bring the entire band because it's larger than that entire section over there. It's an amazing experience to see Vero Beach High School. They come out on the field looking very much like an Ohio State ball club. I mean, these guys are mammoth, and well, like you talked about a couple weeks ago with Fort Pierce Central, the numbers. I mean, there's just so many kids on this roster.
It almost looks like Vero Beach outnumbers Treasure Coast 2-1. Now, that didn't come into effect in the Fort Pierce Central game, and why? It's because the Treasure Coast Titans were able to run the ball. They ran twice as many plays. It was really a ball control offense, and that limited the number of snaps that those defenders had to take. The defensive line really didn't have to work that hard for Treasure Coast. They weren't worn down. They were fresh for the fourth quarter. So that'll be the key aspect here again for Treasure Coast. Keep control of the ball, and you can limit the number of possessions for Vero Beach's high-octane offense, and you can stay fresh throughout the game, make it a four-quarter game, and then, as we know, once it gets to the fourth and a tight game, anything can happen.
Folks from Channel 12 are here, our sister TV station, and of course, you can watch this game on WLX, your school board channel for St. Lucie County. So we're glad to be with you on, well, I guess you could call us a TriCast on WLX TV, WPSL Port St. Lucie, and WSTU Stewart. And we've got the coin flip.
Treasure Coast has won the toss. They have elected to defer. So Vero Beach, their high-octane offense, is going to get the ball right away.
And as you well know, Treasure Coast defense played very, very well, and were very stingy against that Fort Pierce Central team. So they're all but willing to give it a go here.
Well, 3 second-half turnovers in that Central game, and that's the reason they won it. They got the late interception with about 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and they turned that into the game-winning touchdown.
Good officiating crew here tonight. Very, very experienced. You've got Justin Lucas, who is the referee here tonight. Mike Bembry is the umpire. The linesman is Rob Kaminsky. You've got Paul Fenton, who is the line judge. The back judge is Kevin Sanderson. And Jack Grant is stuck up here in the booth with us. So should be a good one. So the Titan team is yet to come out on the field. They're getting close, though. Titan born, Titan bred.
Coming out of their giant inflatable helmet, like they always do, to the home sideline.
By the way, we're glad that Athletic Director Dan Kumo is okay. This press box elevator, he was stuck in it for almost a half hour this afternoon. So,
if you can, always take the stairs.
That's right, exactly.
Looks like we're going to have the presentation of colors. Be shortly followed by the national anthem. ROTC making their way all the way to the 25-yard line.
Now, we do have a change in programming for tomorrow on WPSL Radio. 12 noon, we've got Louisville and Florida State kicking things off for us for an entire afternoon. University of Miami is going to host Virginia Tech at 3:30. We'll have that on both WPSL and WSTU. And then, instead of Notre Dame USC, this reminds me of UCLA with the huge ship soaring there. And tomorrow night, we've got the National League Championship Series, obviously, with the Mets going up against the Cubbies, and that's all going to be at 7:30. And here come the Titans.
All right, you heard the loud horn. That was Vero Beach and Titans coming through the fire extinguisher smoke. And they're all rowdied up in that giant inflatable helmet, Greg. They still have not come out. Looks like only a lone team captain raced out before the rest of them. And now here come the Titans, the home team, trying to get to 6-0. Interesting note this morning in the Treasure Coast newspaper that Vero Beach, with its win last week, became the 66th area team here on the Treasure Coast to start a season 6-0. And the Treasure Coast Titans will try to become the 67th team in the area to start 6-0, and they were going to have to take out Vero Beach to do it.
And congratulations to Dennis Jacob of Treasure Coast Newspapers. Dennis is the dean of prep scholars, I guess, if you will, here on the Treasure Coast. And he traced these Battle of Unbeatens all the way back to 1932. Leave it to Dennis to come up with box scores from all those games. Amazing. Congratulations, man.
We'll pass on some of his notes.
Oh, yeah.
That he worked so hard on the broadcast.
You bet. And John Santucci will be up with us probably at halftime. And actually he's walking in right now. So he may pop into this broadcast every once in a while.
Once again, toss won by the Titans, and they have elected to defer. They want to stick their defense, which has been very good this year, out against the best offense they have seen this season. MJ McGriff, very dangerous player. Back deep to receive. And here's the kick. It's a short one, and it's caught by Chris Larson. And he fields it, falls back down to his own 32-yard line. So that's where the Vero Beach offense will set up shop. First drive of the game. And here comes that, once again, high-powered, high-octane pass offense. Expect a lot of passing today from Vero Beach. The Indians pass the ball about 61, 62% of the time. Carson Proctor in the shotgun. He's got 5 wide, 2 to the far side, 3 to the near side, and closest to the near side, the very dangerous MJ McGriff. Carson drops back, looks for McGriff right away. It's caught out of the 35, forced out at the 37. It'll be a gain of 6 yards on first down, make it 2nd down and 4 for Vero Beach. Short passing game, that's what this offense is predicated on. A lot of guys in space. Quick decisions by the quarterback. It'll be a lot for this Treasure Coast defense to handle. No huddle once again. Vero in the spread. McGriff will join Proctor in the backfield. Handoff goes to McGriff, who cuts it right up the middle, now to the outside, across midfield, and down at the Treasure Coast 46-yard line, first down. A big gain, close to 15 yards, over 15 yards for McGriff on the carry. All right, he started out wide, came in as a running back, took the handoff right up the middle, a gaping hole, right through the middle of the defense. 11:30 to go in the first quarter, no score. Vero Beach driving, 2 plays in. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the near side, 1 to the far. There is 1 running back. Pass goes out to McGriff, his 3rd touch of the game. He catches at the 45, makes a man miss. There's a stiff arm. He's back down across the 30. Another huge gainer for MJ McGriff. He is on fire right out of the gate. for the Indians. Treasure Coast, they are playing on their heels right now. Somebody has to find McGriff and bring them down quicker. Another huge gain. Ball at the 28-yard line. It's an 18-yard gain. Proctor with one man in the backfield, and it's a handoff up the middle, and that is, once again, it looks like McGriff. He is brought down inside the 10. Another big gain, and it's the Indians with the 1st and goal to go. Not even a minute into the game yet. Drive started at the 31. It's now at the 8. Indians going, hurry up. There's another handoff to McGriff. Cuts it right at the middle, and he's knocked down short of the goal line. Like a pinball bouncing around. They're going to call him down at the 3. It'll be 2nd down and goal. The Treasure Coast just not a lot of time to either substitute players or get even in their stances. Here's Proctor, handoff to McGriff, and he is going to be brought down right near the goal line looking for a signal from the officials. Nothing yet. He's down at the 1. 3rd down and goal. 10:30 to go in the first quarter, no score. And we'll have, looks like, close to wholesale substitutions for Vero Beach. They'll bring on 3 new players. Looks like Pearson, Jeremiah Pearson, a bigger back, is in there, and he's going to get right down. A big offensive line. Also, it's a wildcat to McGriff, and he stops short. McGriff on the keeper. And the wildcat formation is stuffed for a loss. And it'll bring up 4th down. It's either a loss of 1 or a no gain. So what will Lenny Jankowski do now for Vero Beach? You figure he's got to go for it. A very good kicker in Adam Urigan. And it doesn't look like they're going to bring him on. They'll substitute 3 off, bring 3 more on. It's Proctor back in. So the wildcat formation didn't work. They'll go back to their normal set. 4th down and 1 from the 1. It's a big formation, handoff to the fullback, and up he goes and in for the touchdown for Vero Beach, but a flag is down. Did we have movement prior? We did. Well, they're sounding the horn for the touchdown for Vero Beach, but it won't count. It won't count. Flag on the play, false start, back them up 5. That'll make it 4th and 6, and now we'll see what Jankowski wants to do. Looks like they're bringing on the field goal kicker, Urigan, for the attempt. A 23-yard attempt for Urigan. Snap is good, kick is down. The kick looks up, and it is good. Just did barely get over the crossbar. Wasn't a thing of beauty, but it works, and Vero Beach strikes first, a 3-0 lead with 9:28 to go in the first quarter.
And we will be back in 1 minute. You're listening to the Game of the Week on both WPSL and WSTU, and you're watching on WLX TV.
Great news! Your St. Lucie Public Schools has created an app available for you to download today. It's easy. Just go to your online app portal and search for St. Lucie Public Schools. Once you have downloaded the app, you have handy access to St. Lucie Public Schools news, calendars, athletic events, parent resources, educator resources, and, with just a single swipe, contact information and website links for all public schools in St. Lucie County. In addition, this app provides you with the ability to follow us on Twitter. Here you can receive more frequent information and real-time happenings in your St. Lucie Public Schools. Download the app today.
Bail them out. Urigan kickoff. Urigan's kickoff goes to about the 20. It's returned close to 15 yards by Jonathan Thomas for the Titans. Mark the ball at the 34-yard line of Treasure Coast. Vero Beach, the Indians up 3-0 after a long drive. Came up short of a touchdown, but Urigan provided them 3 with a short field goal. And now here comes that ball control offense of the Titans. Mike Bobo in the backfield with quarterback Sean Birchfield. And expect a heavy dose of Bobo tonight. And there's a handoff or a direct snap. And it's going to be about a gain of 1 on the play. And the ball carrier not yet getting up. Now he's up. That would be Keontae Blackwood. Gain of 1, 2nd down and 9 to go. 9 minutes to play in the first quarter. Battle of unbeatens here at South County Stadium. No huddle for Treasure Coast, but they take a long time looking to the sidelines. Again, they want to control the ball as long as possible. I don't expect them to be in any great hurry. Here's a direct snap. It's to Blackwood again. Looking for blockers, has a few, and he's across the 40. A nice pickup. About 5-yard gain to the 41. That'll bring up a crucial 3rd down early. 3rd down and 4 to go. And Blackwood had quite a few blockers. Looks like he might have stumbled over his own man. He had one arm carrying the ball and one hand on the back of his offensive lineman, trying to force his way and weave through traffic. So 2 carries for Blackwood so far. Here's 3rd down. Will it be Bobo? It looks like it's going to be Blackwood again. He's going to try to get the corner, and he can't quite get there. It'll be a loss down to the 40. Blackwood trying to go around the corner to the near side. Comes up short of the 1st down. That'll bring up a 4th down and 5 to go. And we'll see what Irvin Jones, head coach of Treasure Coast, wants to do. It seems to me, Greg, this is a must-punt situation.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. You don't want to give Vero Beach a short field.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And that's exactly what we are going to have.
A little confusion on the Vero Beach side. They finally got all the players that
They don't
needed
look
in
convinced that a punt's coming, even though this is a punt formation.
there. Only one player back.
Good snap. Punt is off, but a flag comes in, and we have a dead ball. Looks like this is going to be a false start on the Titans, and it is. That'll move the ball back to the Titans' 35. Kick wasn't a poor one. It was low, but it had a lot of topspin to it. It is MJ McGriff back, ready to receive the punt. Fourth down and 10. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. 3-0 Indians. The high snap, and the kick is off. It's low but long. McGriff will watch it bounce some more, and takes a good Treasure Coast bounce down to the 23-yard line. Not a bad punt at all. It'll be a long way to go, 77 yards for the Indians when we come back.
And we'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to the Game of the Week on WPSL, WSTU, and WLX TV.
Great news! Your St. Lucie Public Schools has created an app available for you to download today. It's easy. Just go to your online app portal and search for St. Lucie Public Schools. Once you have downloaded the app, you have handy access to St. Lucie Public Schools news, calendars, athletic events, parent resources, educator resources, and, with just a single swipe, contact information and website links for all public schools in St. Lucie County. In addition, this app provides you with the ability to follow us on Twitter. Here you can receive more frequent information and real-time happenings in your St. Lucie Public Schools. Download the app today.
For Treasure Coast,
.6:43 to go in the first quarter. 3-0 Vero Beach Indians. They have the ball at their own 23-yard line. Second drive. Their first drive went down to the 1-yard line. They were going for it on 4th down and goal at the 1. They got it, but called back for a penalty. Settled for a field goal. Proctor in the shotgun, hands off, and brought down in the backfield. Looks like McGriff, but flags are everywhere. It is a clear face mask. That'll be 15 yards on the penalty. I don't think there'll be any argument from the Titans there. The clear grasp of the face mask. Actually, that's how they brought McGriff down. So 15 yards.
Yeah, when you saw him fall awkwardly, you knew that something was up.
Well, they finally got McGriff in the backfield. That's not how you want to do it, though.
Four first downs now for the Vero Beach Indians.
Ball pushed out to the 35. Proctor looks to the sideline. Looks at the entire Vero Beach Indians team looking to the sideline, getting the signals from Jankowski. And now they're ready. They don't huddle. They just all look to the sidelines, get the play, and go. Man in motion, that's Chris Larson. He's now in the backfield with McGriff. Handoff goes right to McGriff, and he's out for a 2-yard gain. Actually, that's going to be Dixon. McGriff 5, Dixon 6. Awfully tough to see the difference way up here in the press box. 2nd down and 8 to go. 3-0 Vero Beach. Proctor in the shotgun, gets the snap, looks back, dropping, he's looking to pass. It's a little screen out to Dixon again. He has it and has some running room, and he's brought down an excellent tackle on the play by Anthony Bailey. Well, that had the makings of a big play, good screen play set up, but Anthony Bailey makes the tackle right at the knees, cuts Dixon down short of the marker. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3 for Vero Beach. They are at the 42-yard line. Vero going fast. Proctor in the shotgun, looks to the sideline, and now looks back to his center, gets the ball, looking to pass again with 4 wide. The pass goes across the middle, and it is incomplete. Knocked away. Looks like in on the play was Rashawn Yates, and that brings up 4th down. Good coverage, and Proctor walking to the sidelines. We'll see if that is because they're going to get a new play or they're going to punt. 5:05 to play in the first quarter. 3-0 Vero Beach. It looks like we might have a water break.
That we do. Let's take a break along with them. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to the Game of the Week on WPSL, WSTU, and WLX TV.
Great news! Your St. Lucie Public Schools has created an app available for you to download today. It's easy. Just go to your online app portal and search for St. Lucie Public Schools. Once you have downloaded the app, you have handy access to St. Lucie Public Schools news, calendars, athletic events, parent resources, educator resources, and, with just a single swipe, contact information and website links for all public schools in St. Lucie County. In addition, this app provides you with the ability to follow us on Twitter. Here you can receive more frequent information and real-time happenings in your St. Lucie Public Schools. Download the app today.
Vero Beach looks like they will go for it on 4th down and 3 from its own 42-yard line. Proctor back in the shotgun, takes the ball, and it's going to be a pooch kick. Oh, Proctor will serve as punter. Nobody back for Treasure Coast, and it takes a friendly Treasure Coast hop down to the 35. Well, it looks like a little bit of trickery there from
Lenny.
I've seen that before from some teams in college and the NFL. I know the Patriots come to mind. Tom Brady will do that every once in a blue moon, back in a deep shotgun and just kick the ball away. There's nobody back to receive because the defense is so concerned about the chance to go for it.
Sure. I remember Lenny pulling that off of John Carroll, so this is nothing new in the Jankowski playbook.
These are some big wins for the Treasure Coast defense.
Offsides.
And there looks to be an offside call as Bobo gets the ball for the first time, but it's blown dead. 4:58 remaining in the first quarter, 3-0 Vero Beach. The Indians have had the ball once. They've had a field goal and a punt. Offside, that'll make it 1st and 5. Somebody came off, looked like got back in time, but a late whistle. And that is a break for the Titans. Ball at the 39 of Treasure Coast. On the Titans' first offensive possession, a 3 and out. Bobo in the backfield has not gotten the ball yet. Birchfield is quarterback. Who's the ball going to? And it's a snap to Birchfield. He'll take it right up the middle, bounces off a defender, and is swarmed in the backfield. A loss. That went nowhere. So much of the Titans' success in the win over Fort Pierce Central came right up the gut. And that's the way they've been trying so far early in this game, and not with a lot of success. It's a loss of 1. 2nd down and 6. Clock ticking to 4:30 to go in the first half. 3-0 Vero Beach. I have to say, Greg, this is a better start for Treasure Coast than the game against Fort Pierce Central. And they turned the ball over on the opening kickoff and then gave up a touchdown on a 4th down. So they probably feel right at home. Bunch formation. There's the snap. It goes to Bobo, or no, it goes to, look like Cedric Wilcox. And Wilcox takes it across the 50 for a 1st down. The snap actually went to Blackwood, who looked to run and then passed it off to Cedric Wilcox. And Wilcox with the most productive play of the night for Treasure Coast. A gain of over 15 yards and into enemy territory. 3:49 to go in the first quarter. 3-0 Indians. Ball at the 45. Treasure Coast on the move. Time called. They have a flag on the play. Yes. See what it is. False start on Treasure Coast. Back them up 5 to midfield. 1st and 15.
25 yards and penalties already on Treasure Coast, and we're at the 3:39 mark of the first quarter.
When you are a power run offense, you like to stay in those 2nd, 3rd, and shorts. And now 1st and 15, that makes it awfully tough. How about this note from TC Palm today? The Titans rushed the ball 91% of their plays. Yet they've thrown for 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
An oddity there. The ball at midfield. Snap goes to Bobo. His first carry of the game, makes a man miss and cuts it upfield. Gain of 3 before he's brought down. Could have been a loss in the backfield, but he juked a defender and crosses midfield to the 47. Gain of 3. That'll make it 2nd and 12. Under 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. 3-0 Vero Beach here at South County Stadium. Another jam-packed crowd. Titans taking their time, looking to the sideline. Again, they want to slow the game down as much as possible, limit the possessions for Vero Beach, so no big rush for them. Not with the 2nd and long. Snap goes to Bobo. Bobo taking it to the right side, hits a man head on, plows forward, brought down for a gain of 4 or 5. That'll make it more manageable 3rd down situation.
Boy, and Vero, a much larger team, but same results with Bobo. As he had against Fort Pierce Central, he just pushed him 5, 6, 7 yards.
Well, he loves contact, and he always seems to fall forward, but that nice gain is going to be all for naught. They have thrown a flag on the play late, and it is a holding penalty on the Titans, and that moved the ball all the way back to their 40-yard line. So they had it close to the 40 of Vero Beach. Now they're at their own 40. That's basically almost a 20-yard loss there. It is 2nd down, but 2nd down and 25. Not really a manageable situation for the Titans. Another killer penalty early in this game. There's a snap. Blackwood hands off up the middle and brought down by the leg is Wilcox. Wilcox a short gain of 2. And now there's a Treasure Coast offensive lineman in the background on his backside, asking the referee where's the penalty for him. 1:39 to go, first quarter. 3-0 Vero Beach, a competitive game here. And Vero Beach and Treasure Coast basically neck and neck right now. Defenses have stepped up so far. So a 3rd down and forever. at the 42. Ball needs to get all the way to the 35. Handoff goes up the middle, bursting through for a short gain. It looks to be Bobo. Well, that's not going to be nearly enough. That's actually Birchfield, the quarterback. And he gets to the 47. It'll be another punting situation for the Titans. Penalties, Greg. Penalties derailed that drive. A big hold plus an off or a false start penalty. Punter Jason Sue had an excellent punt his first time. Got it down to the 22. So Sue is on again. Vero Beach has one man back. That is McGriff. High snap, but corral. Then the punt is off again towards the sideline. McGriff gets away from it. Another good bounce for Sue. That'll be inside the 15, or actually right at the 15-yard line. It'll be another long way to go for Vero Beach, up 3-0 with 27 seconds left in the first quarter.
Well, you don't want to give Vero Beach any extra downs, that's for sure, and that's exactly what they've managed to do with the penalties, or extra yards either.
Now, this will be the third drive of the game for Vero Beach, starting with 27.9 seconds left to go in the quarter. So far for Treasure Coast, you've won the battle of field position, it seems. You've held a field goal attempt, and you forced a punt, and you're trying to limit the possessions. Here's Proctor going back to pass. The throw is caught, and it's brought down for a 5-yard gain. And that looks like Chris Larson. Larson with a 5-yard pickup. Second down and 5. That might be the last play of the first quarter, although with Vero Beach and the pace they play at, they might be able to squeeze one more off. 5 seconds to go, 3, 2, 1, and that will be the end of the first quarter here at South County Stadium. Your score, 3-0 Vero Beach. When we come back, the start of the second quarter, second down and 5 for Vero on its own 20.
And we'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to the Game of the Week on WPSL, WSTU, and WLX TV.
Great news! Your St. Lucie Public Schools has created an app available for you to download today. It's easy. Just go to your online app portal and search for St. Lucie Public Schools. Once you have downloaded the app, you have handy access to St. Lucie Public Schools news, calendars, athletic events, parent resources, educators resources, and with just a single swipe, contact information and website links for all public schools in St. Lucie County. In addition, this app provides you with the ability to follow us on Twitter. Here you can receive more frequent information and real-time happenings in your St. Lucie Public Schools. Download the app today.
Adam McDonald, Greg Wyatt with you from South County Stadium in beautiful Port St. Lucie. Vero Beach and Treasure Coast, battle of unbeatens here tonight. In the second quarter, the start of the second quarter, it's 3-0 Vero. The Indians have the ball on their own 20, working their way towards the south end zone now. And time is called. Did a flag come out? It would appear so. We'll wait for the call. Delay of game on the Indians. So the Indians, a couple of mistakes themselves here. Had a delay of game coming out of a timeout. Rarely see that. And they had a touchdown called back on a false start. Well, not exactly sharp play from the Indians early. Really their own undoing. Being up a first and 10 ball, second and 10 ball back to the 15. And Proctor in the shotgun looks out wide, throws to McGriff, and he drops it. McGriff wide open.
Started running before he had it.
Wide open near side. Looks like he had some room to run, but not going to go anywhere if you don't have the ball. Brings up 3rd and 10, and this is another opportunity for the Titans defense for a big win. They've forced a field goal and a punt so far, and now with this field position, they could be looking at getting the ball back in near midfield if they can force a 3-and-out here. The Indians need 10. Proctor sends a man out wide. He's in the shotgun looking. He's got great protection. Throws over the middle, but the receiver is clobbered just demolished, and that looked like McGriff again trying to cut inside. He was stuck on the play by Alejandro Santos, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. What a big play there by the Titans defense. A lot of traffic over the middle. That's where Proctor went, and with no success. 4th down, and Proctor's going to back up, looks like in a long shotgun formation to punt again. Now Proctor will indeed punt. It's a very high punt, but an extremely short punt. Nobody back for Treasure Coast. It bounces at the 42, kicks across the timeline down to the 46. So a favorable bounce for Vero Beach this time. Didn't look like a good punt by Proctor from the shotgun formation, but it actually works out for him. 11-10 to go, first half. 3-0 Vero Beach. Good field position. It could have been better for the Titans. So this Titans defense has bowed its neck.
They're playing tough.
Vero Beach not sharp on offense to this point. And again, I think, Greg, that might be the way that Vero Beach punts the rest of the night. They send their normal offense out there, and they just have Proctor in the shotgun back up a couple of more steps and then kick it away. And because they are in that formation, the Titans, a little nervous, send nobody back. And now Treasure Coast and Urban Jones want a timeout with 11-10 to go in the first half. 3-0 Vero Beach.
Going back many, many years, long before you were born, Cactus Jack Curtis, Tommy Prothrow, and a lot of the older coaches, Red Sanders, who was coach at UCLA, masters of the 3rd down quick kick. And those used to be devastating for the teams on the other side because they would usually go for about 60, 70 yards. It was amazing, absolutely amazing.
I remember, Greg, a couple of weeks ago against Central, the Titans never sent anybody back either. It's almost like Urban Jones said, we're not even going to mess around. We don't want somebody back there muffing a punt. We don't want to be caught off guard. So wherever the ball rolls, we'll deal with it.
And you can go your entire lifetime before you'll see a game where you have 2 muffed kickoffs to lead off the game and then the second half. That's unbelievable.
That's exactly what we had 2 weeks ago between the Titans and the Cobras. Ball at the 46 of Treasure Coast, 1st and 10. The Titans trail 3-0. Just starting the second quarter. Snap goes to Birchfield, handoff to Blackwood. He's swallowed up in the backfield. He twists his way towards a 1-yard gain, or 1-yard loss, excuse me. And a flag came in almost right away in the area of offensive holding. The official tonight, and Justin Lucas, looking over towards the Vero Beach sideline and says, what do you want, coach? You want to back him up 10 or just call it 2nd and 11? And they're picking up the flag, and I don't see the ball moving yet.
2nd and 11.
So Jankowski opts, instead of 1st and 20, for 2nd and 11. So they'll decline the hold. And a 1-yard loss for Blackwood. And Mike Bobo, only 1 or 2 carries to this point. We're already in the second quarter. That's a little strange. And there's a quarterback keeper. It's Birchfield bursting right up the middle, and he's across midfield to the 46 of Vero Beach. And that'll be close to a 1st down. So that'll bring up 3rd and maybe a long one. And the decision there by Jankowski not to back up Treasure Coast. And boy, with the way this Treasure Coast team played a couple of weeks ago, this is certainly 2 downs to pick up 1 yard. If they don't pick it up here on 3rd down, I can't imagine Urban Jones would be punting. And Treasure Coast still without a 1st. The correction, they've had 1. And the handoff goes to the up back, and there comes in a late flag right as the ball carrier, Devin James, gets to the 1st down marker.
Holding Treasure Coast.
And there is a hold. Well, James kept it for 1 yard, had the 1st down, but as soon as he reached that 1st down marker, flag went right into the middle of the scrum. And that is another holding call. That'll be the 3rd holding call on this Treasure Coast offense. And those big boys up front have to figure a way to neutralize that backfield or that defensive line for Vero Beach without drawing the holding penalties. And that's a killer.
55 yards in penalties already. Ooh.
Went from a 1st down and 10 inside the opponent's 45 to a 3rd down and about 12. And this looks like a passing situation, but the Titans really don't pass the ball. It's a handoff going up the middle, and it will be, looks like a no gain. Handoff went to Eric Gator, and Gator can't get much. It'll bring up 4th down, and here comes the punting unit for Treasure Coast.
Against Fort Pierce Central, Treasure Coast had 65 yards in penalties in the first half.
So, Mike said they're right on pace. 3-0 the score, 9:15 to go in the opening half. Titans going to punt the ball for the 3rd time in their 3rd drive. Penalties, and really the absence of William Bobo have been the storyline so far for the Titans. Good snap and a low kick. Might have hit off somebody. A lot of topspin. McGriff picks it up at his own 25. Dancing around, makes a man miss. Flags are everywhere. McGriff turning the corner and will cut upfield. McGriff got some more room, and he's brought down around the 44-yard line, and everybody on the Titans sideline is pointing the other direction.
Yep.
Flags all over the field. Looks
Pretty
like we're going to have
bet.
a hold or block in the back. And the initial call looks like a hold. This will be a big setback for Vero Beach, which looked to have good field position, but depending on where the hold is, that ball could be marked back inside the 20. Let's see. Flag is right at the 29-yard line. That's just where the flag landed. Let's see where the officials pick up the ball and mark it. Looks like it's going to be back to the 19. So another long way to go for this Vero Beach offense. They've had the ball inside their 20 twice now. 8:43 left in the 2nd quarter. 3-0 Vero Beach on about a 23-yard field goal on its opening drive. Proctor back in the shotgun. The throw goes to Sean Harvey, and it's off his hands and incomplete. Anthony Bailey making the play on the ball. 2nd and 10 from the 19. Neither offense particularly sharp here in the opening half. Some of that has to do with the defense. A lot of that has to do with the defense. And again, so far the big play in this game was the 4th and 1 from the 1. Vero Beach scored, had it called back for a false start. Had to settle for a field goal. Proctor has had a lot of time tonight. The throw is good and caught by Harvey close to the 1st down. Looked like Harvey might have caught it near where the 1st down marker was, but his momentum took him back, and they'll call it a gain of 7. And Sean Harvey has been targeted twice on this drive for the Indians. 3rd down and 3. Ball at the 26-yard line.
And again, Anthony Bailey in on that tackle for Treasure Coast.
4 wide receivers, 1 back. The throw goes to the outside. It's caught by Chris Larson, and Larson is tackled down near the 29-yard line by Alejandro Santos, it appears. That's close to the 1st down marker.
Well, it depends on where they spot it.
It's awfully close, and the official, Justin Lucas, is going to ask for a measurement.
Injured Vero Beach player coming off the field.
The big offensive lineman there, Austin Maxwell. Austin Maxwell trying to walk off under his own power, but helped off by the athletic training staff. Looks like we're going to have the measurement. Here come the Chang gang. 7:54 and counting in the 2nd quarter. Vero Beach 3, Treasure Coast nothing.
But they have to come from all the way over on the other side of the field because the chains are on the visitor side, on the Vero Beach side.
They'll stretch it out, and we'll see what they have. It was awfully close. They needed to get to the 29, and it looks like they are... Treasure Coast is signaling they didn't get it, and they did not. Maybe a foot.
Just a few links on that chain.
Referee Justin Lucas signals about a foot to go, so 4th down and decision time for Lenny Jankowski. Needs a foot, although he's deep in his own territory. Ball at just short of the 29-yard line. Well, almost one thing is guaranteed: if they do punt, Treasure Coast won't send anybody back, and it'll be the quarterback Carson Proctor in that deep shotgun. He's pooched it away a couple of times, but Treasure Coast has played good defense. The Vero Beach Indians probably not pleased with their offensive output so far, so this could be a big play. If Jankowski wants to spark his team, I'd imagine he'd have them go for it. But again, only up by 3. This game right now in the balance. You have to be careful as well. What will it be? The offense, like it has every time on 4th down, has stayed on the field. Public address announcer here trying to get the crowd to get up on its feet. Looks like Treasure Coast or the Vero Beach loading up the box. Proctor under center. And the pitch, the handoff goes to Dixon, forcing his way forward, and he's going to have enough. Dixon right over left guard. And right guard picks up the 1 yard he needed.
Yeah, forward progress, he had it.
No question, ball to the 30. Well, first down.
But it was barely. I mean, this was not a convincing first down.
That was not the normal Vero Beach 5 wide spread open offense. They were all bunched right up, tight along the line of scrimmage in the I formation.
Their 5th first down here in the first half of play.
All that, Greg, and they're only at their own 30.
Yeah.
7:35 to go in the opening half. 3-0 Vero Beach. Pass goes out, and it is caught by Larson for a short gain. 4 or 5 yards.
Sean
near
Yates
side.
in on the tackle for Treasure Coast.
Boy, that opening drive, Vero Beach came out like a buzzsaw, and the Titans were backpedaling the whole time. But since that opening drive, really, once they got that 3rd down and 1 stop near the goal line and then forced the field goal, it's been Treasure Coast really empowering their will on Vero Beach. Ball at the 35, 2nd down and 5 to go. Handoff goes to Dixon, makes a man miss. He's got some room to run across the 50. Dixon streaking down the sideline, and he's finally forced out near the 30. Big pickup for Vero Beach, their biggest of the game. No flags down. First down, Indians. Really, Greg, it's been the running of Dixon that has been the best play call of the night for the Indians. Ball at the 36. A handoff goes to Dixon. He moves off right guard, goes up the middle, and is brought down. Amari Cobb on the play, coming up from his safety position. Short gain, maybe 3 or 4. 2nd down, 6:30 and counting in the opening half. 3-0 Vero Beach in this key District 8 game. Both teams undefeated. Winner's going to take a big step forward to being district champs tonight.
Amari Cobb is going to Marshall University.
Pass goes out to MJ McGriff. MJ McGriff makes Bailey miss, and then being brought down out there by number 10, Rashawn Yates. Yates has been all over the field tonight.
Yeah, he and Bailey both. I would imagine they both had the preponderance of the tackles.
And it was 2nd and 6. It's now 3rd down. That was a short gain. Looks like maybe a yard or so to go. And timeout has been called on the field. 3-0 Vero, 6:11 to go in the opening half.
And we'll take a timeout as well, a 30-second break. You're listening to the Game of the Week on WPSL, WSTU, and WLX TV.
Great news! Your St. Lucie Public Schools has created an app available for you to download today. It's easy. Just go to your online app portal and search for St. Lucie Public Schools. Once you have downloaded the app, you have handy access to St. Lucie Public Schools news, calendars, athletic events, parent resources, educator resources, and, with just a single swipe, contact information and website links for all public schools in St. Lucie County. In addition, this app provides you with the ability to follow us on Twitter. Here you can receive more frequent information and real-time happenings in your St. Lucie Public Schools. Download the app today.
Just a reminder, right after this game on WPSL, we've got the American League Championship Series. It's the Toronto Blue Jays at the Kansas City Royals.
3rd down and maybe 2 to go. It's McGriff in the Wildcat, taking it himself, bouncing it outside, and he's got the first. The Indians on the move. MJ McGriff, second Wildcat carry of the night, looked to go up the middle, was not finding anything he liked. He's got the moves, bounced it outside to the far sideline, and he has enough for the first down. So Vero Beach on the move, second good-looking drive of the night for the Indians. Ball down to the 22. 3-0 Vero Beach, looking to strike again as they move towards the red zone. Proctor back, passes batted down at the line of scrimmage. Six minutes, 2 seconds to go. Second quarter, 3-0 Vero Beach on a 23-yard field goal by Adam Urigan.
Javante Matthews knocked that ball down.
2nd down and 10 from the 22. Proctor back to pass again, looking for the first down marker, and he's got a man out there. That is Tyrell Washington, still pushing forward, and Washington on his first catch of the night is right near the marker. Washington, I have in my notes, has an offer from Air Force. He's a tough man to bring down on that play, and looks like they're going to signal for a first down.
8th first down for Vero Beach.
No measurement. The Indians on the move in the red zone at the 12. The handoff goes inside to the running back, and there will be a false start. And no play. Handoff went to Akeem Dixon, who's been impressive in this opening half on the few times he's been able to touch the ball. With penalties, they've stifled both offenses here.
Well, I hope someday, Adam, you get a chance to do some ball games at the Air Force Academy. It's
that would be spectacular.
It's a beautiful place.
1st and 15 from the 17. Pass goes out to Larson. They're grabbing at the ball, the Titans are, but they can't rip it away. And Larson is brought down at the 12. And they got the yardage from the penalty back, but it'll cost them 1 down. And 2nd down and 15. The first down can be picked up around the 2 or 3 for Vero Beach. Closing in on 5 minutes to go in the opening half. Proctor will hand off to Dixon. Dixon's wrapped up and brought down for a short gain. Boy, they had him in the backfield, but Dixon was able to break through that tackle, but not through the second tackle, which was made by Devin James. There was another flag on the play, this one close to the near sideline.
Motion.
And that looks like to be a false start on Vero Beach. It must have been a receiver where the side judge threw it.
40 yards in penalties against the Indians.
Well, what does Irvin Jones want to do? Could be 3rd down. Well, it should be a false start, so they should have blown the play dead. This should be 2nd and 15. Looks like there's some confusion with the officials. And now they finally signal for the false start, and they will back them up, so that play essentially does not count. So they keep it at 2nd down, back it up to the 17 again, and back and forth we go. Get to the 12, back up 5 yards, get to the 12 again, back up 5 yards. 2nd down, 15 to go. 4:45 remains in the opening half. 3-0 Vero Beach over Treasure Coast. Proctor back to pass, throws, and it's incomplete. Sean Harvey on the near sideline looking for a flag, doesn't get one. On the coverage, it looked to be Bailey again.
Miscommunication there. The quarterback was throwing in one direction, and the player was going in a post pattern, so didn't work.
3rd down, 15 to go. First down marker is at the 2. And Vero Beach can pick up a first down, but they have a long way to go. From here, it'd be about a 34-yard field goal from Urigan, who was hitting such in pregame, and I know because John Santucci filmed it, and I saw it on Twitter. All the news is on Twitter. Proctor, the handoff up the middle, and it goes to Dixon, and he's mobbed for no gain. Treasure Coast not fooled at all, right into the teeth of the defensive line. That'll bring up 4th down, and here comes the kicking unit for Vero Beach. Jurgen is 1 for 1 on the night with the 23-yarder, and he'll try to make it 6-0. 4:15 to go in the opening half. 34-yard field goal attempt coming for Vero Beach. They are in formation. Hold their calls for the ball. It's down. The kick is up. It's on the way. It looks good, and it is. Jurgen 2 for 2 on the night. His 34-yarder makes it 6-0 Vero Beach with 3:59 to go in the opening half here at South County Stadium.
And we'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to the Game of the Week on WPSL, WSTU, and WLX TV.
Great news! Your St. Lucie Public Schools has created an app available for you to download today. It's easy. Just go to your online app portal and search for St. Lucie Public Schools. Once you have downloaded the app, you have handy access to St. Lucie Public Schools news, calendars, athletic events, parent resources, educator resources, and, with just a single swipe, contact information and website links for all public schools in St. Lucie County. In addition, this app provides you with the ability to follow us on Twitter. Here you can receive more frequent information and real-time happenings in your St. Lucie Public Schools. Download the app today.
Holding.
Keontae Blackwood takes the kickoff from Jurgen across the 30, but it's going to come back on, guess what, a penalty.
70 yards in penalties against Treasure Coast.
The officials have made it a 3-team match out here. They've been as heard from as much as the offenses. Well, that's going to be another crippling penalty for the Titans. They'll have the ball at their own 15. Ball control offense. They have 2 timeouts remaining, 3:52 to play in the second quarter. It's 6-0 Vero Beach. It's really right now is anybody's ball game. Give credit to the Titans defense. They've held, and each team's offense some costly penalties. And there goes the handoff. It's taken up the middle, and it'll be a short gain. Ball looks to be out. Vero Beach says they have it, and they do. The ball carrier there was carrying it away from his body as he went into the scrum, and that was no good news there for the Titans. So here's our first big swing play of the game, Greg, a turnover inside the red zone, and Vero Beach's offense is right back on the field. And Treasure Coast really cannot have that. They won the turnover battle 3-1 2 weeks ago against Fort Pierce Central, and that's why they won the game. Now they trail 1-0 in that department. They trail 6-0 on the scoreboard, and here's Vero Beach with a chance to punch it in right before half. Proctor back in the shotgun, and he's looking. He's trying to throw it to McGriff, who is covered, and it's knocked away. And McGriff, I'm not sure why Proctor threw that ball to him. He had 2 guys blanketed on him, and Proctor's lucky that ball wasn't tipped up in the air and maybe caught by the Titans. Second and 10.
There was nothing but grass. If that ball was intercepted, that would have been a sure touchdown for Treasure Coast.
6-0 Indians. 3:41 to play in the opening half. Handoff goes up the middle to Dixon. Dixon is brought down by the ankles for a short gain. They'll bring up another key 3rd down. So this Titans defense are right back on the field, a chance to force another field goal attempt if they can hold. It'll be a 3rd down and 8. First down marker is at the 7-yard line. Ball is at the 15. Treasure Coast fans stomping, trying to rise up their defense, and here comes a timeout. And timeout, Treasure Coast. They only have one remaining now in the first half, but this is a crucial moment in the ball game. Irvin Jones can't take those timeouts to half with him, so he uses one right here.
You know, the Zebras have more yards than either one of these clubs tonight, and I think that's changed the entire character of this game. I mean, you know, you've only got 2 field goals, both for Vero Beach, but this Treasure Coast mistake a few minutes ago could really open the door, and that's the one thing you don't want to do to a Lenny Jankowski team, because then all of a sudden it could pour from there.
And Greg, as soon as the ball was handed off and I saw the ball carrier just loosely carrying it outside his body and going into the pile, that just had bad news written all over it. And the bodies all collided, the ball came out, and there was a scrum for it, won by Vero Beach. Nobody contested it. And now Vero Beach hoping for 7, at worst 3, and Treasure Coast trying to hold here on 3rd and 8 as the teams come back on the field out of the Treasure Coast timeout. Just over 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Proctor with 5 wide receivers looking, nobody's around him. He throws, and it's caught near the first down marker. Spinning forward is Washington.
He may have it.
And he's very close. Boy, they had him behind the line, and then he fell forward, and now the officials will want a measurement. No, they don't want a measurement. They're going to call first down. So the extra effort on the outside by Washington provides the Indians with the big first down. It'll be 1st and goal.
That's their 9th of the first half.
3rd and 8, and he picked up 8. Was hit after about a 6-7 yard gain, but falling forward has enough for the first. 6-0 Vero Beach. They're looking for a double-digit lead. Proctor hands off to Dixon. Dixon down to the 5 before he's tripped up. 2nd down. And it looks like a defensive lineman is down for Treasure Coast, and that is Cedric Wilcox. They can ill afford to lose him. Looks like he's grabbing his left wrist or arm. And now the Indians want to go fast, but the umpire sticks his head in there and calls for an injury timeout. And Wilcox doesn't want to leave. He's holding his left arm very gingerly.
Ooh,
and
that doesn't look good.
He's been active
that could
on
be shoulder, couldn't it?
Could be. He wanted to stay in the game. The umpire made the correct call there to say you better go to the sideline. Now here it is, 2nd down and goal to go from the 5. Vero Beach from the Wildcat. It's McGriff. McGriff going towards the end zone, pounds his way in. MJ McGriff, Wildcat formation, 5 yards on the keeper, scores the game's first touchdown, and Vero takes a 12-0 lead right before half. The number 2 ranked Indians cashing in on the turnover. And they've lost an offensive lineman on the play. Number 74, Jordan Simmons, is writhing on the ground near the 3 or 4.
Looks like it may be cramps. Hopefully that's all it is.
And they're trying to stretch out, it looks like, his left calf. It's a nice mild night here on the Treasure Coast. You have a little bit of a breeze. It's been overcast all day. Wouldn't call it sweatshirt weather, but it's not really the hot, humid nights we are so used to early in the football season.
No, it's about 77 degrees here. It's not a bad night.
Well, they have the injured player on his feet, and he's hobbling off, and it is, looks like that left leg, having trouble putting a lot of weight on it, but as he walks, he seems to be putting more and more on. 12-0, 2:06 to go, first half. Jurgen on for the extra point to try to make it 13-0. He's 2 for 2 on field goals this evening, so you figure the EP shouldn't be any problem. Snap is good, hold is good, kick on the way. It is good as well. 13-0 Vero Beach. Just about 2 minutes to play in the first half here at South County Stadium.
So let's take a 1-minute break. You're listening to the Game of the Week on WPSL, WSTU, and WLX TV.
Great news! Your St. Lucie Public Schools has created an app available for you to download today. It's easy. Just go to your online app portal and search for St. Lucie Public Schools. Once you have downloaded the app, you have handy access to St. Lucie Public Schools news, calendars, athletic events, parent resources, educator resources, and, with just a single swipe, contact information and website links for all public schools in St. Lucie County. In addition, this app provides you with the ability to follow us on Twitter. Here you can receive more frequent information and real-time happenings in your St. Lucie Public Schools. Download the app today.
Alejandro Santos calls for a fair catch and makes it for the Titans of Treasure Coast at his own 27-yard line. That is where Titans offense will take over. 2 minutes, 4 seconds remaining in the first half here at South County Stadium. It's 13-0 Vero Beach cashing in on a touchdown off a costly Titans turnover. Now what will the Titans do? They have 3 wide receivers out there. Birchfield on the keeper, moving to the outside and crossing near the 40. That should be enough for the first down, and it is. Now Birchfield getting a couple of carries tonight. Have not seen a lot of William Bobo at all.
It's just their second first down of the evening.
Well, not a lot of time to go. Good job by Birchfield to dive for the sidelines, get out of bounds, stopping the clock. There is 1 timeout remaining for Treasure Coast. And they certainly will look to bust off a big play. They had a few of those against Fort Pierce Central a couple weeks ago that really helped stir the offense. It's Birchfield again on the keeper, and he's going to move across the 50 down to the 49 of Vero Beach. First down, and the chains will move, and the clock will stop. Well, this is the best the Titans offense has looked all night. They're picking up the tempo and moving. Now it's them against the clock and the Indians.
It's interesting when they picked up the tempo against Central. That's when their offense moved a couple weeks back.
And Birchfield in the shotgun, he'll take it himself, going up the middle, makes one guy miss, and he gets a gain of 3 before he trips and is down at the 46. And it's a short gain of 3 yards. The clock will run. Titans trying to get the ball as quickly as they can. 1:27 and counting to go in the second quarter. And a long way from the end zone. Still 1 timeout. Want to keep that as long as they can. Second down and 6. It is going to be another keeper. Birchfield just does enough to get back to the line of scrimmage. Perhaps a pickup of 1. It looked like initially a loss of 2 or 3. And that'll bring up third down. Just about a minute to go in the opening half. 13-0 Vero Beach. Big drive here for Treasure Coast. Can they get anything right before the halftime gun? Ball at the 44-yard line. Third down and 5. 50 seconds to go. A lot of time clicking off the clock here. And Birchfield in the backfield will drop back, look to pass for the first time, but the ball was blown dead. We have a false start on the Titans, and now a little bit of a scuffle at the line of scrimmage between a defensive lineman and an offensive lineman. And Patrick Bethel, highly recruited defensive end for the Indians, sticks his nose right in and tries to get his man away from the action. That's stepping up and being a leader. Don't want a big penalty right before the half. So another 5 yards will back it up to the Treasure Coast, or to the Vero Beach 49. 40 seconds to go. 1 timeout remaining for the Titans. It is 3rd and 10. They have a long way to go. Low snap. Birchwood looking to pass. He does, and it will be a 1-yard gain, if that, for the receiver, Jason Hasu. Birchfield now 100% accurate in the ball game, but that's not going to be nearly enough to get the first down. Clock is running, and Looks like somebody was going to call a timeout, but no. They signal for the clock to start. 10 seconds remain in the opening half. It's 4th and long. And the Treasure Coast Titans are either going to run this down to nothing or call a timeout with 1 second left. And Irvin Jones will just let the time go off the clock. And we've reached halftime. 13-0, Vero Beach over Treasure Coast. The big play in this one, the fumble inside the 20-yard line for the Titans that was turned into a touchdown to make it 13-0. Otherwise, we'd have a one-score game. Okay,
let's take a 1-minute break, and we're going to have a very special guest. Our new superintendent, Wayne Gent, will be with us here in just a second. You're listening to the Game of the Week on WPSL, WSTU, and WLX TV.
Great news! Your St. Lucie Public Schools has created an app available for you to download today. It's easy. Just go to your online app portal and search for St. Lucie Public Schools. Once you have downloaded the app, you have handy access to St. Lucie Public Schools news, calendars, athletic events, parent resources, educator resources, and, with just a single swipe, contact information and website links for all public schools in St. Lucie County. In addition, this app provides you with the ability to follow us on Twitter. Here you can receive more frequent information and real-time happenings in your St. Lucie Public Schools. Download the app today.
We are back at South County Stadium. It is a beautiful night for football, and what a great night for Treasure Coast High School. It is senior night here, and you've got two huge bands. I mean, this is going to be like a college atmosphere here at halftime, and we couldn't be happier than to welcome back Wayne Gent, Superintendent of Schools in the St. Lucie County School District. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Boy, it's been a while, but you managed to work your way back. Impressions of your job after just a couple months here?
I think I've got the best job in the world. Very excited and happy to have come back to St. Lucie County, and today ended our first 9 weeks. It's moved by that quickly. We've had a great opening of school, a great first 9 weeks of school, and looking forward to the rest of the year.
Wayne, tell us a little bit about your goals. I know in talking with some of the folks around the district, they said, boy, he's a motivator.
Well, number one is it's all about teaching and learning, and we really want to increase the graduation rates. That's something we want to tackle right away. Really trying to make sure that our schools are safe, that we've got a good culture established in our schools, that we've got the right leadership in our schools and our principals, and that we're here to meet the needs of our students first, and then work with our teachers and our communities.
Well, you look around and you see so many wonderful programs that are going on at all of the schools, and I know the kind of academy setups that Treasure Coast has had for a few years, and it's absolutely phenomenal when you see what some of these students are doing.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities at Treasure Coast High School. I'm just amazed that coming out here this evening, the band's got 180 strong, and you know, they've got 20 some odd cheerleaders down there, and you know, those are the extracurricular activities. The most important thing is what happens during the academic day, but we've got, like you say, some of the career academies and that the students can go into, and some choice programs. So it's a good time.
It was very interesting hearing where some of the seniors were going to be going to school and what their majors were going to be. Some were accounting, some were engineering. You know, kind of uncharacteristic for football, if you will. And that's a stereotype, and I shouldn't use that. But, I mean, you think that these kids are really sharp.
Yeah, they are, and that's a credit, number one, to you know, their parents, their families, their caregivers, and then, you know, secondly is you know, is the school itself and teachers, and it really starts, you know, it starts pre-K, it starts before they get there, and so that's something we want to focus on as well, is early childhood, making sure we get a strong foundation for the students, so that they can follow, like in the steps, like you said tonight, of some of these seniors that are going to some, you know, some great colleges, and are going to, you know, and whether they're going to go to college or, you know, we want to make sure either they're ready for college or they're ready for the world of work with industry certifications or other credentials that'll put them in, not at a low level, but bring them in and get them a nice wage, you know, to really contribute to our community. There's a lot a lot of opportunities here on the Treasure Coast for our students once they get out of high school.
Well, and you look at the kind of partnership, if you will, that Indian River State has with all of you guys. And there's a lot going on there in the land of the Pioneers, and it's a good mix.
Absolutely. I was over there the last 2 days. We took our counselors over there, and they did a tour of 2 of the buildings and to show some of the programs for our students. And it's been a long time since I've been there. Dr. Massey's, does a fantastic job. One of the premier presidents in the college system, and we're trying to strengthen some partnerships there. We're going to take some students over there as well, so they can see what's in their own backyard. And so it's a good time.
Well, and I think the one big advantage that you managed to take advantage of, and I've been a judge at the Young Floridians for many, many years, 2 decades as a matter of fact. And, so many of these kids now are dual enrollment. And our winner last year was a soccer player from Centennial. She had been in dual enrollment from her sophomore year. So she was going in as a, junior in college. It was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not unusual to find students that will walk across the stage in May and graduate for their high school graduation. They've already gotten their AA degree.
Right.
And you want to continue to afford those opportunities to all of our students and to make them aware of it. But it helps the parents. It's 2 years of college. To them, it's free, and it just sets them up for success in the future.
Where do you see St. Lucie County schools going now? I mean, obviously, you look at those University of Florida projections for population in Port St. Lucie, nearly doubling again the next 15 years. Obviously, you guys are going to be affected the school district as well.
Yeah, there'll be growth. We want to look at the growth. Right now we're at a good place. The growth is pretty steady. We want to make sure we got our facilities upgraded. Treasure Coast High School, Fort Pierce Central, the facilities themselves are second to none. Want to make sure we're able to upgrade some of our other school centers as well. It's a budgetary issue with the dollars that come down from the state legislature. Sure. We'll always have that battle, but we're like I said, we're going to focus on teaching and learning. We're going to focus and put a dent in this graduation rate right away. Treasure Coast has done an excellent job. They were second in the district last year, I believe, around 84%. I'm challenging them this year to get that over the 90s, and that will be an expectation really within 2 years that everybody's within the 90% range. It's a lofty goal, but one we can meet.
Well, and it can be done. Other districts have seen that. I'm not sure they're as large as this one, but that's a tremendous goal. What are some of your other goals as you look out on this new position?
Well, I really have 4. Number 1 is teaching and learning, making sure that we're adjusting to the new standards. Secondly, really is about talent development, to make sure that we're adequately training our teachers, our administrators, keeping them on the cutting edge. Thirdly is about keeping our schools safe and our culture safe and caring. And then fourthly is really community outreach. Established a communications department, public information. We also want to do family engagement, strengthen that program, and then really just customer service, good customer service to our community and to our parents.
Well, very selfishly, I must admit that our partnership with WLX, your television channel, over the last 2 or 3 years in the sports realm has really been something. And actually, I was telling Craig before the game started tonight that a college in northern Michigan happened to recruit a player at Jensen Beach High School, and we were televising that game against Centennial. And they recruited him off the television.
That's fantastic.
It is fun.
What a wonderful opportunity for that student.
Young man is up in northern Michigan right now at Finlandia University. So this world is shrinking so much. It is just unbelievable. And we're proud at WPSL, too, because we have the WPSL Christmas Kids programs. And your youngsters from whether it's middle schools, even elementary schools and high schools are all entertaining at these various shows over about a month.
Greg, we certainly appreciate that and those partnerships. And I know you've been doing this for a long time, and the fact that you guys come out and broadcast these games, and it's a tremendous opportunity for the students and parents and folks or community members that can't make it hear about it. And you highlight our schools and the good things that are going on, and that's certainly appreciated. And we want to continue those partnerships.
Well, we don't want to hold you too long, but don't be a stranger.
Absolutely.
Glad to see you again, and welcome home.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. We'll be back. It is halftime. We're here at South County Stadium. 9:35 to go here at halftime. We'll take a 2-minute break. You're listening to the Game of the Week on WPSL, WSTU, and WLX TV.
Great news! Your St. Lucie Public Schools has created an app available for you to download today. It's easy. Just go to your online app portal and search for St. Lucie Public Schools. Once you have downloaded the app, you have handy access to St. Lucie Public Schools news, calendars, athletic events, parent resources, educator resources, and, with just a single swipe, contact information and website links for all public schools in St. Lucie County. In addition, this app provides you with the ability to follow us on Twitter. Here you can receive more frequent information and real-time happenings in your St. Lucie Public Schools. Download the app today.
Well, I'll tell you, that Vero Beach band, if that doesn't get the juices flowing, a lot of energy there here at halftime. And we're going to hear from Treasure Coast as well, and they'll be out there on the field as well. I don't know, Adam, interesting first half. That's about all you could say.
It was a very well-played defensive first half.
Yes,
and again,
yes.
The play of the half was the forced fumble by Vero Beach, covering the ball at the 17-yard line and turning that into a touchdown, the game's only touchdown, and that's why they're up 13-0. Otherwise, it'd be 6-0, and really, I think at that point, the Titans would feel pretty good about the second half. They're going to get the ball to start the second half, but a couple of things for Treasure Coast. The penalties, particularly in the offensive line, they haven't been able to control the Vero Beach offensive line like they controlled the Fort Pierce Central offensive line a couple weeks ago. And William Bobo, only one carry in the first half. He was the one that had all 3 touchdowns for the Titans in the win over Central. So why is he not playing, and is he going to play in the second half will certainly be a storyline for the Titans as they try to mount a comeback.
They are extending halftime here because we had 2 great bands, and Treasure Coast is just about ready to get things going here in just a second, and we'll let you listen to them because, boy, they've got, I guess Wayne Gent, the new superintendent, was talking about 180 pieces strong in this band. So great showpiece for the St. Lucie County Schools. I remember turning the clock back 20 some odd years ago when we were doing Port St. Lucie High, and the Jaguar band had a regiment of maybe 250 or 300 kids. It was unbelievable. It took them forever to get out on the field. It was amazing, and they covered about 80 yards. It was amazing. Tremendous music department, and we're glad to be working with them on the Christmas Kids too, because that shines a light on some folks other than athletes in our schools, so in a very, very positive way. So you're going to be possibly heading north, your Mets. And we were talking before the game, the baby Mets, our St. Lucie Mets, who are up there with a big club now. It is amazing. I was telling Carol, okay, he was in St. Lucie. He was in St. Lucie. And you go right down that list.
Well, Greg, I don't know how many of our listeners watched the game last night, but really 4 guys really helped the Mets win that game against the Dodgers, one being Daniel Murphy. He played with the Mets in 2007 in St. Lucie, in Port St. Lucie, all season. And he did rehab with the St. Lucie Mets this year, so he was down here. Jacob DeGrom was a starter for the St. Lucie Mets as recently as 2013. He pitched very well last night. Jerry's Familia was the closer who got the last 6 outs. He was the open day starter for the St. Lucie Mets in 2010. So those 3 guys really helped out. Noah Syndergaard, who everybody's amazed he goes 100 miles an hour. He was with the St. Lucie Mets in 2012, and he actually picked the win in the Florida State League All-Star game in a relief role. And everybody said he hadn't pitched in relief since he was with the Blue Jays organization. Well, he pitched in relief in that game. So those were 4 key players for the New York Mets, and they'd all played here in St. Lucie as recently as 2013. And Michael Conforto, the starting left fielder for the Mets last night, who's going to play a lot in the NLCS against the Cubs. He started this year as a St. Lucie Met.
I thought he had started here.
I know people think minor league baseball, it's not quite the professional major league level. It's not, but they're no doubt the future stars of the major leagues do play right across the street here in St. Lucie all season long, April through September. And selfishly, give me a plug here, it's very inexpensive. It costs as much as just $6.50 to come out and see these guys, and they're not that far away from the big leagues. And there are going to be many Cubs that you hear names of this week playing the Mets that they played in Daytona.
Daytona Cubs,
a
sure.
few years ago, and they played here in St. Lucie as well. The guys like Javier Baez and Kyle Schwarber and Anthony Rizzo, those guys. So it's quite amazing how close that you can get to the players here during the summer that just a year or two from now are going to be superstars in the playoffs.
You bet. Let's listen to this band. Nice job by the Titan Regiment. We'll be back with more of halftime in 2 minutes. You're listening to the Game of the Week on WPSL, WSTU, and WLX TV.
What's going on here?
So disenchanted with them.
Huh?
I went there and I can't stand what they're doing. I told people, I said, if my kid was a Division I prospect, I wouldn't let him go there.
Oh, the atmosphere in Miami? It's terrible.
I love the atmosphere. I hate the football.
Yeah.
Coaching staff.
Oh, yeah. That's the subject of the talk shows in Miami, let me tell
That'll
you.
be changing next year, so.
Yeah. Hey, Paul. Thirteen to nothing. The score. Vero Beach Indians up on top of Treasure Coast. This has not been what we would call the offensive display that we were both expecting, I think.
No, it's been a sloppy, choppy game. A lot of that has to do with all the penalties that have been called on each side. Really, there hasn't been a great rhythm. The way the game started, I think Vero Beach moved the ball down the field quickly. They looked very efficient. Most of the plays there were probably scripted. And then they had that penalty at the goal line that took away a touchdown, and that started the flag fest. And just never seemed to get a good rhythm going in the ball game. But Vero Beach, it hasn't looked pretty, but they'll take it on the scoreboard.
Oh, you
If
bet.
you told Lenny Jankowski you put up a 0 defensively, he'd probably take that. I mean, 13 points, not great. I saw this great note in the TC Palm this morning that you got to go back to the final game in the playoffs for Vero Beach in 2012 when they did not score at least 21 points. So they got to get at least 8 to match that. But on the other side, Treasure Coast hasn't allowed more than 14 this season, so something's going to give there.
And if you look at it, too, first 6 games have been in Lenny land up in Vero Beach. So, yeah, this is the first time they've left the friendly confines of the Citrus Bowl.
And it's probably against their most difficult opponent to date.
Yes.
So you're playing your toughest opponent for the first time away from home. Basically, this season's coming to a close almost, and it's your first road game. So, all things told, I think Vero Beach has to be pleased with the way they've played in this game. I know they'd like to score 28 points a half and all that, but sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the opponent, and the Titans have done an excellent job making some open field tackles, and there have not been a lot of wide open guys for Carson Proctor to throw to. He's had some misfires. He's stuck some balls in there, and some receivers have made some plays, but Treasure Coast not really bending a whole lot on defense. They gave up a 17-yard touchdown drive, but how much can you really fault them for that? It wasn't their fault that the offense turned the ball over. So it's certainly tough sledding for each offense, and they're battling good defenses, and unfortunately it looks like they're battling the officiating too.
Well, Vero Beach will be off next week. They've got a bye as they prep for the Fort Pierce Central game. That game will be televised regionally on Channel 34 out of West Palm Beach. And then they head to their rival in Sebastian. That's always a real solid game. And then they end their season at Osceola. So that's going to be Vero Beach. As far as Treasure Coast goes, they've got a battle at Monsignor Pace next week. And then they've got their family rival, if you will, in Port St. Lucie Centennial, just right down the street. And then they travel to Titusville for their last game of the year. So, boy, we're winding down on football and getting ready for basketball. And before you know it, you'll be back working spring training.
Oh, gosh. Let's at least get through the MLB playoffs first. I will say this for no matter how this game turns out for Treasure Coast, they got the big win over Central. And, no matter what happens here, if they can take care of business against Centennial, then they'll be in good shape.
I know John's trying to write something here, but, John, if you could pick up the mic, any surprises for you at all here in this game?
I think it's the same thing that you guys have said. Where's number 8? I think that's the biggest question. Where's William Bobo? Such a difference maker, came in the game averaging right around probably 96.5, 97 yards a game. 1 carry in the first half. I've been watching him since they came out after the break. He's had a football in his hands. He was kind of sprinting right in front of some coaches for about a 10-yard stretch. So I'm not sure if maybe there was an injury concern or something that he's trying to alleviate, but such a big difference maker. They got to get him more involved.
Thank you, John. And obviously he's sitting there busily working on a story for tomorrow, so you can read it online on TC Palm. Or if you get strange things, what's it called? Oh, newspaper. That's right. In print. Oh, fumble.
Jurgen's kickoff is fumbled, muffed, and who's got it? Vero Beach. Vero Beach recovers at the 33-yard line. The second turnover of the night for the Treasure Coast Titans. It comes on the opening kickoff of the second half. And I think some Treasure Coast players are trying to say it was recovered out of bounds. It was awfully close. Certainly Vero Beach fell on the ball, but was the player in bounds? They say yes. It is a monster turnover.
Oh.
Well, we talked about the big difference in the game was the turnover right at the end of the second quarter that was turned into a touchdown by Vero Beach, and now here they go again. They basically have gotten the ball on the opening kickoff of the game and of the second half, so they are now limiting the possessions of the Titans offense. So Vero Beach offense right back at it, up 13-0 as we start the second half. Ball at the 29, handoff goes to Dixon. Dixon is hauled down from behind after a 2-yard gain. Just an absolute killer for Treasure Coast.
Boy,
the receiver had it right in his gut, and it just kicked away from him.
The last thing you want to do is give them great field position on your own 25 or 26. Oh, my.
Can the defense for the Titans bow its neck again? This is the biggest drive of the game for them. I don't think they can ill afford to go down 20-0. Proctor in the shotgun looking outside. He throws to McGriff. McGriff will try to bounce to the outside, and he does. He is going to be dragged down near the first down marker. That looked like a loss of 5. He juked 2 defenders, escaped to the sideline, and turns it into a first.
It's their 10th first down of this game, first of the second half.
MJ McGriff awfully shifty there, making things happen. Treasure Coast, they had the play diagnosed correctly, but could not bring him down. Barely got a finger on him. And now it'll be first down in the red zone. Proctor looking, and he's got his man out towards the first down marker again. That is Tyrell Washington, close to a first down. And let's see if they're going to call it a first down or not right near the marker. The official on the far side is saying yes. And it will be a first down and goal to go. Ball at the 7-yard line.
Are you struggling for oxygen here? Boy,
Vero Beach offense, they sense blood in the water. Proctor, the handoff to Dixon. Dixon going up the middle, and he's in. 7-yard touchdown run, Akeem Dixon. Not even a minute and 2 seconds into this half. A turnover for Treasure Coast, followed by a touchdown for Vero Beach. It's 19-0. Wow. The fans haven't even had a chance really to sit down with their concessions from halftime. Adam Jurgen, who moments ago just kicked off in the second half, on for the extra point. 2 for 2 with field goals and 1 for 1 in extra points. And now he's 2 for 2 in extra points. It's up and good, 20-0 Vero Beach. A minute and a second into the second half.
And we'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to the Game of the Week on WPSL, WSTU, and WLX TV.
Great news! Your St. Lucie Public Schools has created an app available for you to download today. It's easy. Just go to your online app portal and search for St. Lucie Public Schools. Once you have downloaded the app, you have handy access to St. Lucie Public Schools news, calendars, athletic events, parent resources, educator resources, and, with just a single swipe, contact information and website links for all public schools in St. Lucie County. In addition, this app provides you with the ability to follow us on Twitter. Here you can receive more frequent information and real-time happenings in your St. Lucie Public Schools. Download the app today.
Face mask.
Hey, no flag. Jonathan Thomas returns the kickoff out past the 30 for the Treasure Coast Titans. They need to get it going, down 20-0, but still a whole half of football left to play. 14 points off of turnovers for the Vero Beach Indians. Just cannot afford to give this team extra chances. That's what the Titans have done. If they hold on to the ball, this is a different looking ball game. Power running offense for Treasure Coast. They're going to have to make the most of their possessions now. Still no William Bobo in the backfield. And now there's a penalty, and it's Treasure Coast clapping. That's going to be an offside. 1st and 5. Ball out to the 35. Treasure Coast 5-0, Vero Beach 6-0. This Treasure Coast team did not win a game last year. I don't think anybody thought they could go 5-0. This is their biggest test right now, and they are struggling. It's a quarterback keeper, Birchfield, swallowed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss. And just Vero Beach not fooled. They are moving guys on the line of scrimmage, and unlike the Fort Pierce Central Cobras, they are able to make the initial tackle. I think they're actually going to give Birchfield a line of scrimmage there. So ball still counted at the 35, 2nd down and 5 to go. 20-0 Vero Beach, 10:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Birchfield in the backfield. He's been the man with the most touches so far for the Titans, who are without their best weapon. And Birchfield going up the middle again, just pushing his head down and plowing forward. It'll be a short gain. 2 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and short. Need to get the ball out to the 38-yard line. And the ball right now is at the 37. Excuse me, they need to get the ball to the 40-yard line, and it's at the 37. So 2 to go. It's at the 38. And you get the picture. Birchfield, and it's to Bobo. There he is, but he's hitting the backfield. It's not going to matter, though. This will be an offside penalty. The right defensive end for Vero Beach moved. And he needed 3 yards. That's the 5-yard penalty, so it'll be a 1st down on the encroachment.
Just the 4th first down in this game for Treasure Coast.
And it comes on the penalty. At this point, they'll take it. They need a long, sustained drive to get on the board and keep that Vero Beach offense, which is starting to become very opportunistic, off the field. Well, big news there, Greg. William Bobo was on the field for that play, and the ball went to him. And they didn't go anywhere, but the penalty nullified the loss. Birchfield will take it on the keeper. He's past the 40, close to midfield. And we're going to be awfully, it's getting a little chippy down there.
A little extracurricular,
Offensive lineman for Treasure Coast, Alex Birchfield. A late push there, but opponent didn't fall down, and there goes the flag.
Yep.
Well, that flag came out awfully late when each team would send its own huddle. And so that tells me there was a verbal spat, and that's going to be a personal foul or unsportsmanlike conduct on Vero Beach. And it'll be another 1st down on a penalty for Treasure Coast. So this will help out there across the midfield now. Ball being marked down all the way to the 37. So somebody said something they shouldn't have. And the referee heard it from about 15, 20 yards away and threw the flag.
60 yards and penalties on Vero.
9 minutes to go, 3rd quarter, 20-0 Vero Beach. Treasure Coast on the move thanks to 20 yards and penalties. The entire offensive line shifts to the left. No offsides. Here's the snap to the up back. It's Birchfield pushing through for a 1st down. Gain of 12 to the 25. Boy, the entire offensive line shifted to the left, and Birchfield went to the right, where he didn't have nearly as many blockers, but he managed to get through untouched. That little offensive line shift, Treasure Coast did it 3 times against Fort Pierce Central. Twice they drew a false start, but once they scored the game-winning touchdown. And a little bit of a wrinkle there, and now Treasure Coast is on to something. This is by far their best drive of the night. They trail by 20. They're at the 25 of Vero Beach. Inside handoff goes to Cedric Wilcox, who's taken down for a loss. Wilcox back in the ball game. That's good news. He left in the second quarter holding his left arm, and he appears to be okay back in the game. And they're going to need him if they want him out of comeback. It's a loss of 2 back to the 27. Second down and 12 for the Titans. 20 zip, Vero Beach. Under 8 to play in the third quarter. Drive started at the 30-yard line for the Titans, their own 30. Still no Bobo. Keontae Blackwood is in the backfield. He'll take the direct snap, tries to go outside, and will feel his way for a 2-yard gain. Looks like he got the loss back to the 25. I think there was an opportunity there for Keontae Blackwood to bounce all the way to the outside. Instead, he tried to cut in by the tight end at the last moment and ran into a couple of defenders. If he bounces that all the way to the sideline, Greg, he might have had a big play. Looks like the star defensive end for Vero Beach, Patrick Bethel, lost his helmet. Well, he'll come off for a play. And that is very beneficial to the Treasure Coast Titans. Third down and long. They call it 9. You figure this is 4-down territory for Treasure Coast. They're not going to punt. And I don't think, from what we've seen a couple weeks ago, they have the ability to kick a field goal of this distance. And quite frankly, the field goal is not going to help their cause right now, down by 20. So they got 2 plays to gain 10 yards. Bethel off the field. He's got offers from basically every major college in the South. So again, beneficial to the Titans that he's not in for this play. Third down and 9. And there goes the offensive line shift to the left again, and it might have drawn an offside.
I think so.
Well, this will make it a little shorter. Well, the first time they shifted the offensive line, Vero Beach did not go offside, and it turned into a 12-yard gain. So they really weren't prepared to handle it. This time they do go offside. No, they call a false start. Well, Treasure Coast did not think that would be the call. So a 3rd and 9 just became a 3rd and 14. That'll push the Titans back to their 30, or the Vero Beach 35.
So that's their 75th yard in penalties tonight. They had 70 in the first half.
We're not even halfway through the third quarter.
It's almost a whole football field. I mean, they've really been kicking themselves in the foot.
3rd and 14 from the 30-yard line. Looks like we have some substitutions. Vero Beach might want to get Bethel back on the field, even though a play wasn't run. He's going to remain off. 2 Vero Beach players come in. And here we go. Birchfield's in the shotgun. He's got 2 backs with him. And Birchfield will look to pass. He's got some time. And now heaves it up towards the end zone, and it's out of bounds. Caught by Blackwood, but he's about 5 yards out of bounds. Not even close.
Great catch in the Canadian Football League.
The fans here on the home side, looking all the way across the field, thought it was close through binoculars.
No.
Not so much. Well, there was initially a little bit of time for Birchfield, but then pressure came from his backside. He had to get rid of it. And he's now 1 for 4 on the night. 4th down and 14. Treasure Coast not going to punt. They're going to go for it. Well, they need to get to the 25 or the 15 for the first. Well, do they have a play in the book that can get them 15 yards through the air? We're going to have 2 wide receivers near side, 1 far side. Birchfield rolls out, throws far side, caught at the 15 and brought down. And that's not going to be enough. Actually, it was the 24. So a pass play completed, second pass completed of the night, but not nearly enough. The receiver who caught it couldn't make the turn upfield. He was tackled from behind. It's a turnover on down. So how about this, Greg? The last 4 possessions for the Treasure Coast Titans, a turnover in their own red zone, end of the half, a turnover in their own 30-yard line, and a turnover on downs. 20-0 Vero Beach. The high-powered offense of the Indians is back on the field. They have the ball at their own 24-yard line. And the handoff goes to Dixon, and he is taken down in the backfield, a loss. Dixon's either really hit that inside handoff for a big gain or nothing. There's really not a lot in between.
I'm amazed that the entire offensive unit looks over to that sideline. And, you know, usually it's the quarterback that is communicating with the coach, and he then will relay to the team, but not Vero Beach. It's, wow, what a well-oiled machine they've got up there.
Proctor looking to pass, screen, it's caught by Sean Harvey. Sean Harvey's got room to run. He's across the 40, he's to the 50, he's down to the opponent's 40, he's at the 30, and he steps out of bounds. A big pass play and completion. A slip screen to the near side. Vero Beach got the entire defense going to the left. Sean Harvey caught the ball off to the right and takes it down to the 30. Biggest play of the night for Vero Beach. Over 40 yards, and timeout is called. Looks like we have a water break. 20-0 Vero on the move in the third.
And we'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to the Game of the Week on WPSL, WSTU, and WLX TV.
A 3-hour heart attack.
Dude, I told my wife, I said, my heart's beating when Familia's pitching. I'm like, how do these guys?
I was pacing back and forth. Paul and Trayer are up in New York. Well, Paul's up there now. Trayer's going tomorrow. I almost went. Vero Beach Indians at the 30-yard line of the Treasure Coast Titans. 6:08 to play in the third quarter. Vero Beach up 20-0. And they are looking for more, maybe the knockout here midway through the third quarter. Sean Harvey just caught a screen pass and went over 40 yards before stepping out of bounds. Carson Proctor in the shotgun. Two wide receivers to the far side, one to the near. Handoff is to Dixon up the middle, and he's brought down. The ball is loose, and it's fallen on by Proctor. That ball was laying there on the ground for either side, but it's Proctor heads up, dove back on it. A nice strip there by a defensive lineman. Dixon's fumble, but Treasure Coast can't fall on it, so the turnover differential remains +2 for Vero. It was a loss. Proctor recovers it 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so it's at the 32-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 12. 5:30 to go in the third. Proctor looking for a receiver. He's got his man. Looks like it's going to be Jeremiah. I'm trying to see a number there. It is Jeremiah Pearson. His first catch of the game. He's tackled at the line of scrimmage. And a gain of 2 brings up 3rd down and a long 9 for Vero Beach. 5 minutes remaining in the third. Vero 20, Treasure Coast nothing. The entire Vero Beach offense looks to the sideline. Now they get the play. Proctor in the snap. He's got Pearson to his left. There's the snap. Looking back. He's got all the time in the world. Looking. Throws over the middle. It's caught for the first down. Right at the 15-yard line. He had a lot of time, and it's Sean Harvey. Second big catch on this drive. That will move the chains. And the Treasure Coast Titan is down on the play. He was involved in the tackle. And that looks like it might be Cedric Wilcox for the second time in the game. Wilcox shaken up. First time it was a left arm injury. He stayed in the game, or tried to, before the umpire forced him off. This time he will remain in the game. Well, the Titans, or Vero Beach, trying to go quick. It's McGriff in the Wildcat. Has the ball, bounces it to the outside, and he's out of bounds at the 5. Boy, he broke the ankles, it looked like, of the defender, but he stuck his right foot out of bounds and then cut it upside into the end zone, but stepped out of bounds at the 5, so the play was whistled dead. Boy, if he had kept that foot in bounds, that would have been 1 for the highlight reel. 2nd down and 1 from the 5-yard line for Vero Beach. It's McGriff again, and he is going to get to the line of scrimmage and then tackled. He actually ends up at the first down marker, but well after the whistle blew. He was going backwards, forward progress stopped, so they blow the play dead. 3rd down and 1 for Vero Beach at the 5-yard line. 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter here at South County Stadium. Actually, the official spotted that ball at the 6, so it's a 1-yard loss. Proctor under center. The pitch goes to McGriff. He's racing to the outside. Can they get him from behind? Yes, just got one. What a great play on the pursuit by Alejandro Santos. It looked like McGriff had all the space in the world, was heading for the end zone. Santos got him down from behind, and that was not even enough for the first down. It looked like it was developing for a touchdown. Doesn't get the first, and that'll bring up 4th down and 1 from the 5. 20-0, Vero Beach, and they'll keep the offense on the field. No sign of the kicker, Adam Urigan, who is 2 for 2. 4th down. Here's the inside handoff to Dixon. He plows ahead for the first, and he's close to the end zone. No question he got the first. Power football from Vero Beach, pushing the defensive line back for the first down. Dixon with the gain of a couple. And now it's 1st and goal to go. Vero Beach trying to go quickly. The ball is spotted at the 1, so it was actually a gain of 4. Vero Beach, Proctor under center. He gives it off to the up back, and he's in for the touchdown. 1-yard touchdown run. It is Dixon, his 2nd of the ball game. And this one has been blown wide open.
What were you saying about 21 points or more?
They've done it again. 26-0 Vero Beach. And they've scored at least 21 points in every game since they were knocked out of the playoffs in 2012. And Treasure Coast, they have run out of steam. Extra point on the way from Urigan. It's up, it's good. 27-0. Vero Beach over Treasure Coast. 2:49 remaining in the 3rd.
And taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, we've got Vieira leading Martin County by a score of 10-7. That game is in the 3rd quarter of play. And other games here involving Treasure Coast teams, Sebastian Rivers at Heritage, and the score on that one's 21-13 in favor of Heritage, who is 5-1 on the year, looking to go 6-1. Melbourne Catholic and John Carroll. John Carroll's Golden Rams leading at 17-3 in their game. And we've got Fort Pierce Westwood at Suncoast, and it is Westwood leading 27-24. That game is now in the 4th quarter of play. So hopefully good luck Westwood on that. And Melbourne is at South Fork, and the score on that one is South Fork 28, Melbourne 21 in the 3rd quarter of play. And that gets you up to date.
Thank you, Greg. Jonathan Thomas on the return gets the ball to the 25 for the Titans. Well, that drive by Vero Beach, 75 yards, that looked much more vintage Vero Beach. They've had 3 touchdown drives, 2 short ones, a 17-yarder and a 30-yarder after turnovers. This was the long, sustained, short pass, power-running drive that people around these parts have known Vero Beach for so long, and they are in control of this one. This is the number 2 ranked team in the AP poll, tied for number 2 at least, and they looked a little sluggish early. We're playing a good defense, but they have certainly enforced their will on the Titans, who are receiving a wake-up call. Sean Birchfield on the quarterback keeper, fumbles the ball forward, and it's recovered by Hakeem Spencer. That'll actually work out in the Treasure Coast Titans' favor. That's a first down. Looked like Birchfield, from my view, might have been down, but they rule a fumble. He gained about 5, and bouncing off of bodies, fumbled the ball forward 5 yards, and that's good enough for a first down. So the last few first downs, Greg, have been on penalties and a fumble. Whatever works.
Yep, Jensen Beach Falcons up over Oak Alley, 29-21 in the 4th quarter.
There's a direct snap to a running back. Moving ahead for maybe a yard or so. First carry of the night for Jason Sioux. Again, no William Bobo, who just manhandled the Fort Pierce Central Cobras. He's had one official carry in this game. His second carry was nullified by an offsides call. He has been a missing key ingredient for the Treasure Coast Titans. They've basically been unable to do anything. They've gotten the ball as far as the 25 of Vero Beach one time. Otherwise, it's been turnovers and punts. Second down and long. Snap goes to Birchfield, and he is going to be tackled for a loss. He is sacked.
Wow.
A couple of guys there, Ryan McDonough and, of course, Patrick Bethel providing the pressure.
Well, loss of 15, huh?
This is not the type of football Treasure Coast wants to play, but down 27-0 with less than a minute to go in the third. They are being forced in these passing situations, and that's just not the way they are built. And there's a couple of talented guys for Vero Beach on that defensive line that have, quite frankly, won their one-on-one matchups today. Either tackling guys in the backfield, sacking the quarterback, or drawing penalties. And there's Birchfield. He's on the keeper, and he is going to be swallowed up again. A lot of gang tackling here for Vero Beach. Birchfield lucky if he got back to the line of scrimmage. That very well could be the last play of the third quarter. The ball will be spotted at the Treasure Coast 30-yard line. And that's going to bring up 4th and forever. The punting unit will come on for Treasure Coast, but it will have to wait until the fourth quarter to kick it away. 2-1-0. There's the buzzer here at South County Stadium. We go to the fourth, 27-0 Vero Beach over Treasure Coast.
And we'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to the Game of the Week on WPSL, WSTU, and WLX TV.
Great news! Your St. Lucie Public Schools has created an app available for you to download today. It's easy. Just go to your online app portal and search for St. Lucie Public Schools. Once you have downloaded the app, you have handy access to St. Lucie Public Schools news, calendars, athletic events, parent resources, educator resources, and, with just a single swipe, contact information and website links for all public schools in St. Lucie County. In addition, this app provides you with the ability to follow us on Twitter. Here you can receive more frequent information and real-time happenings in your St. Lucie Public Schools. Download the app today.
Punt is away, and it's another good one for Treasure Coast. Ball is kicked away from MJ McGriff like it has been all night, and it rolls out of bounds at the Vero Beach 33-yard line. That's where the Vero Beach offense will take over. 10 ticks off the clock here in the fourth quarter, 11:50 to play. It's all Indians, 27-0, looking to move to 7-0 on the season.
Of course, the question that comes to mind, how far can Vero Beach go in the playoffs?
Well, they went undefeated last season, went, I believe, to the second round before being knocked out. And this year, they're number 2 in the state. And here's a pass, wide open over the middle. It's caught by Larson, it appears. He's bouncing off of bodies, and he's down to the 43.
Wow.
Boy, he just caught the ball, hung on for dear life, kept his feet moving forward, and about 3 guys hit him, but nobody wrapped him up. Not sure Chris Larson knew what direction he was running after a while.
He's not going to arm tackle these guys from Vero Beach, that's for sure.
And Treasure Coast's defense, we talked about it in the pregame, Greg, that they just don't have the same number of players as Vero Beach. The key was to keep the defense off the field so they could stay fresh. That has not panned out. Handoff up the middle, it's Dixon moving forward, still not down. He's finally tackled after a gain of around 4 or 5. Ball across the 40, and it's down to the 38. Second down.
And just a reminder to Notre Dame fans out there, your game has been preempted by the Mets and the Cubs. So it'll be Mets and Cubs tomorrow night on WPSL.
People shouldn't be so upset about that. Throw to the sideline is incomplete by Proctor. Intended by Tyrell Washington. 2 catches for 18 yards in the first half. Both went for first downs. This one a little too high. And then plenty for a first down had he caught it. 10:51 to play in the game. 27-zip Vero Beach. Again, they have their eyes set on a big prize this year. They're in great shape to take Region 8 again with the win here tonight. They would only have one region game, district game remaining, and that would be against Central in a couple of weeks. Proctor looking, going deep, and it's another high throw. This one intended for McGriff. He was open, but nobody was home. Well, the ball was overthrown. That'll bring up 4th down, so this Treasure Coast defense has held for the moment. Proctor remains in the game as the entire offense does for the Indians. We've seen him pooch kick it in a shotgun formation twice. But the ball is at the 38. The defense has played extremely well. And Lenny Jankowski might just outright go for it. The offense taking a long time looking to the sidelines. Vero Beach needs 6 yards on 4th down. Proctor looking to pass. It's a screen play, and it's swallowed up. They're not going to get it. It's a loss on the play. Diagnosed extremely effectively by that Treasure Coast defense. Sean Harvey caught it, but will suffer a loss of about 2. So a turnover on downs for Vero Beach. That's a victory for the Titans. They get the ball back in good field position.
Boy, that defensive unit has not quit whatsoever.
Again, they've only given up one long touchdown drive, and if you can go the entire game against Vero Beach with only giving up one 70-yard drive,
sure,
and you're pretty good. Again, the big difference in this game, 2 turnovers by the Titans deep in their own zone. That led to 14 points. Otherwise, the defense this game would be much tighter. All the way that the Vero defense is playing, they might be able to play all night without giving up a point. First down and 10. Birchfield gets the carry, and he's brought down after a gain of 2. Well, he had some space, but he was wrapped up around the ankles by Calvin Moment III. Nice play by Moment there to keep it just a 2-yard gain.
Oh, he closed on that play quickly, didn't he?
And Birchfield looked like he stepped over one tackle. And Moment just got him around the ankles, and that was the end of that play. Second down and 8. 10 minutes remaining in the ball game. 27-0 Vero Beach over Treasure Coast in this massive District 8 matchup. Been all Indians. They've led from the early going. Well, it was close for most of the first half. Birchfield going deep. He's got nobody open, and it's incomplete. And he's fortunate that was not picked off. And reaching up, trying to bring it down was Davion Cross, the defensive back. Safety streaking across the field, but was out of his reach. Brings up 3rd down and 8.
You know, it amazes me looking at the Vero Beach cheerleaders. They're all very active. And you look at the stands over there, and no one's moving. They're up by 27, and you think they'd be a little excited. They're like statues over there.
Might just be a little bored by them at the moment. 27-0, Greg. Not a whole lot of drama left here at the stadium. Birchfield fakes a handoff, takes it himself, no gain, right up the middle. Now Treasure Coast reaching for anything.
Now, shouldn't we say to keep the folks around for the next rating quarter hour, but Treasure Coast could come back at any second? No, we can't do that.
Well, hopefully they want to listen at home because of this powerhouse Vero Beach team, which we don't get to carry a lot of. So
that's right.
Check around and listen. You never know. But some great plays by Vero Beach tonight. You never know what you're going to hear. Well, another punting situation for Treasure Coast. It'll be a 3 and out after they only gained 2 yards after getting the ball after the turnover on downs from Vero. Punting game's been good for Treasure Coast. They're going to fake it. There goes the punter. He's off to the races. He's got a first. He's got a lot more. He's down to the 30, and he is out of bounds.
What a play!
A fake punt, and it might be for nothing. A flag down at the 45.
Oh.
That was the best play and longest play of the night for Treasure Coast. And it doesn't look like it's going to count.
Nope.
Vero Beach is clapping, and everybody's moving back. So a fake punt goes for, oh gosh, close to 40 yards.
Holding.
But the holding call brings it back to the 35. And now it's going to be 4th down, and instead of 8, 4th down and about 12. I don't think they'll be faking a punt this time.
90 yards in penalties.
8:35 remaining in the ballgame. 27-0 Vero Beach. They scored a field goal in their first possession of the game. They've led pretty much wire to wire. No fake punt. The punt is off, and this will be the poorest punt of the night. But again, it takes a good bounce. A really good bounce. I take it back. It's not the poorest punt of the night. Goes to the 33-yard line. That's where Vero Beach will take over once again, up 27. 8:15 remains in the ball game. Proctor and the starting offense remain in the ball game.
You see how close Dixon was to that ball for Vero? That ball almost hit him. That would have been a huge break for Treasure Coast.
Well, they could certainly use one. There haven't been many. Their one big break in the game came on the opening drive. They gave up a touchdown on a 4th down and 1, but it was called back due to a false start, and they only gave up a field goal. Here's Jeremiah Pearson breaking through up the middle, a gain of 7 on the play. Tripped up, otherwise he would have had a lot of room to run. Ball out to the 40-yard line of Vero.
We want to thank the folks at TC Palm for the score updates a few short minutes ago.
7:50 to play in the game, 27-0 Vero Beach. Starting offense remains in the game, although they've replaced Jeremiah Pearson. They put Pearson in for Dixon. Proctor looks to pass. He's got a man wide open over the middle. It's Larson for the first down. And it'll be enough for the first down. Another solid gain, close to 15 yards. Ball across midfield down to the Treasure Coast 44. Entire Vero Beach offense looks to Lenny Jankowski, their head coach, on the sideline. And they got 2 wide receivers near side, 2 far side, 1 running back to the left of Proctor and a little bit behind, and it goes to the running back Pearson again. Runs into a wall of players, bounces to the left, and is brought down by Omari Cobb. Gain of 3 or 4 on the run. 2nd down, 7 minutes to go in the game. Vero Beach offense, the adjustments they've made at halftime have worked. They've had the ball now 4 times, their first 3 drives of this half. 2 touchdowns and 1 turnover on downs after a lengthy drive. Proctor has it, dropping back. He's got a ton of time. He's had it all night, looking to go deep to the end zone. He's got a man wide open. Caught, touchdown. It's Larson. A 40-yard touchdown pass for Carson Proctor. And the Vero Beach offense is rolling now. 33-0. Larson slipped behind the defense. No one was within 10 yards of him. And a perfect strike from the quarterback, Proctor. Extra point attempt coming for Jurgen. Jurgen is good again, but it was a low kick, and it counts the same. 34-0. The score here at South County Stadium, Vero Beach all over Treasure Coast with 6:25 to go in the game.
And we'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to the Game of the Week on WPSL, WSTU, and WLX TV.
Great news! Your St. Lucie Public Schools has created an app available for you to download today. It's easy. Just go to your online app portal and search for St. Lucie Public Schools. Once you have downloaded the app, you have handy access to St. Lucie Public Schools news, calendars, athletic events, parent resources, educator resources, and, with just a single swipe, contact information and website links for all public schools in St. Lucie County. In addition, this app provides you with the ability to follow us on Twitter. Here you can receive more frequent information and real-time happenings in your St. Lucie Public Schools. Download the app today.
The only drama left in this one here at South County Stadium is Vero Beach, or can they hold on for a shutout? And Treasure Coast, which has played so well this season in their first 5 games, suffering a 34-0 score deficit at the moment to the mighty Indians, who are closing in on another district title. 1st and 10 from the 35 for the Titans. Offense has shown sometimes a life at some points, but Vero Beach really imposing their will now. It's a run straight ahead for a gain of 1 yard with the quarterback Birchfield.
South Fork leading Melbourne by a score of 28-21. That game at the 4:58 mark of the 3rd period. And Westwood is leading down at Suncoast. They're leading by a score of 27-24. That game is just beginning the 4th quarter.
Wow,
so,
real drama there.
Hey, Westwood will take anything they can get.
Inside handoff, and whoever has it was hit in the backfield. And now there's a scrum breaking out, fumble breaking out. We got players pushing and shoving, flags going everywhere. Multiple individual push brouhahas, and it looks like there might have been a fumble. I don't see anybody pointing. The umpire has the ball. I never saw any official pointing any direction, which leads me to believe that, well, the way the defense is acting, Vero Beach leaving the field. Patrick Bethel pointing over to the Treasure Coast Titans, and he's getting into a tiff with somebody, and the coach has to pull him back. And they're going to rule a fumble recovered by Treasure Coast, or no, by Vero Beach. And then they call a penalty on Treasure Coast. So a double whammy for the Titans. Here comes the offense again for Vero Beach. So a fumble on the play. Then it looked like 3 separate skirmishes broke out between players. And when the dust settles, that'll be a 15-yard personal foul on the Titans. So a turnover plus a penalty. And here go the Indians again in the red zone. A chance to put up a touchdown and get into the 40s. Clock running, close to 5 minutes left in the game. I don't think the Treasure Coast Titans expected this kind of outcome. They were competitive early, but it has gotten ugly here in the second half. Proctor will look to pass, and the pass is incomplete, intended for McGriff, but a flag came in, and it will be a false start on Vero Beach. 5-yard penalty. Move back to the 25.
Jensen Beach Falcons are currently leading O'Galley 29-21. That one is still in the 3rd quarter of play at Jensen Beach. Okeechobee is currently leading Bayside 28-21. Okeechobee is 2-4 on the year. And Bayside, uncharacteristically, is 0-7. They may fall to 0-8.
Well, still a couple competitive games out there, Greg.
You bet.
Handoff goes to Jeremiah Pearson. He gets the penalty yardage back, +1. 6-yard game from the 25 to the 19. And again, Vero Beach in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Under 4.5 to play in the ball game. 34-0 Vero Beach. It was 6-0 late in the 2nd quarter. Then a turnover in the red zone and a short 17-yard touchdown drive by Vero Beach made it 13-0. That's what we entered half at. And since then, it's been 21-0 here in the second half. Proctor looking over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. The ball is picked up by Treasure Coast. The Titans thought it might have been a fumble, but Larson, who caught it at the 15, never had complete control. An incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 9.
Vieira currently leading by 3 over Martin County, 10-7. That game is still in the 3rd period at Martin County High School, and it's actually 6 minutes to go in the 3rd period.
Is there any game that's not within a touchdown?
Yeah, it's pretty close all week.
Pass out in the flat, caught by McGriff. McGriff trying to ride the back of one of his blockers, and he does so down to the 15. And more pushing and shoving, and McGriff gets a penalty. McGriff took the football and threw it right into the chest of a defender, right in front of the referee, so that'll be a 15-yarder. You can't take the ball you caught and throw it at the defender and talk trash. So unsportsmanlike conduct on MJ McGriff. And now if you're the coaching staff, Irvin Jones for Treasure Coast, Lenny Jankowski of Vero Beach, got to get your guys under control. Only 3:45 to go in the game. At this point, you just want to get guys out of here without suffering any injuries or perhaps unsportsmanlike conduct ejections that would cost you halves of next games.
You bet.
So, tensions are high. This was a big week for each team. It's not every year teams that are undefeated this late in the season meet each other here on the Treasure Coast. And again, the Titans really this year don't know how to lose. To be on the end of a 34-0 deficit. And a lot of frustration on that home sideline. Proctor dropping back to pass. He finally has pressure in his face. He throws it over the middle. Incomplete. Running up the seam was Larson, but pass was a little in front.
Roughing the passer.
Well, I said they finally got pressure on Proctor and maybe a little over-anxious. Flag comes in late, and it looks like that's going to be a late hit on the quarterback. It is. Referee Justin Lucas signaling roughing the passer, a 15-yard penalty. We've had 2 15-yard penalties on this drive, one on McGriff and now one on the defense of the Treasure Coast.
Under 20 yards.
Oof. Not going to win like that, not against the number 2 team in the state. Well, first down, and it's Pearson going up the middle, and he's brought down just shy of the goal line. It'll be about a 12-yard gain, and it'll be 1st and goal to go, and more extracurricular activity away from the ball. The guys holding their blocks long, pushing and shoving after the play. Ball is down to the 2-yard line. 2:45 remaining in the ball game. 34-0 Vero Beach. The offense shows no signs of letting up. They've subbed out Akeem Dixon, their best running back, and they put in Jeremiah Pearson, who's looked strong here in the 4th. Pearson again in the backfield. Proctor signals for the ball. Hands off to Pearson. Pearson going up the middle, and he crosses the goal line for a touchdown. He was hit at the 3. He plows ahead into the end zone for 6. 40-0. Vero Beach, a dominant second half. They have outscored the Titans 27-0 in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Harrigan on for the extra point to try to make it 41-0. And with this margin in the game, there's a running clock. Kick on the way, it is good. Jurgens had a good night, 2 field goals. He's hit every extra point. 41-0, Vero Beach. This will open up some eyes around the state.
Yeah, well.
Treasure Coast was receiving votes this week for the top 10. And now Vero Beach puts this beating on them, and I think, Greg, they've answered, can they win on the road? And they finally leave the Citrus Bowl, and they come on the road to an undefeated team, and they're going to win by at least, well, probably going to win 41-0 with the running clock. There's just nothing Treasure Coast can do at this point.
It's a 13-0 game at halftime.
It should have been 6-0 at halftime.
Exactly, yeah.
With those turnovers, just the wind seemed to come out of the sails of the Titans after that first turnover that was cashed in for a touchdown. Offense never got going. They didn't have their horse in William Bobo for some reason that we do not know about. Just wasn't their night. And Vero Beach, boy, they have pounced. Here's the kickoff. It bounces. That's a live ball picked up by the Titans. And the ball carrier dives forward. And the clock continues to run. 35 seconds left. Treasure Coast, we'll see if they can even get a playoff here. And it doesn't look like it. Treasure Coast coming to the sideline. Vero Beach defense staying on the field just in case a play is run. And I don't think Irvin Jones is going to call a timeout or run a play. They're just going to call it a night. The Vero Beach Indians on the visiting sidelines, hands in the air, pointing to their crowd, celebrating a huge district win. They come in to South County Stadium, home of the Treasure Coast Titans, and just clobber Treasure Coast 41-0. It's a 7-0 start to the 2015 season for the Vero Beach Indians, and for the Treasure Coast Titans, they are now 5-1. A tough game for them after such a great start to this season.
Well, let's take a 2-minute break, and then we will be back to wrap things up quickly from South County Stadium. You're listening to the Game of the Week on WPSL, WSTU, and WLX TV.
Great news! Your St. Lucie Public Schools has created an app available for you to download today. It's easy. Just go to your online app portal and search for St. Lucie Public Schools. Once you have downloaded the app, you have handy access to St. Lucie Public Schools news, calendars, athletic events, parent resources, educators resources, and, with just a single swipe, contact information and website links for all public schools in St. Lucie County. In addition, this app provides you with the ability to follow us on Twitter. Here you can receive more frequent information and real-time happenings in your St. Lucie Public Schools. Download the app today.
Vero Beach Indians currently near the center of the field, and they're all huddled around their respective assistant coaches, and now they're moving over to the Vero Beach side. Treasure Coast walking very dejectedly back to their locker rooms as, boy, this was just a stomp tonight on the part of Vero Beach. Lenny Jankowski's club came here, and boy, you know, if the penalties weren't bad enough, you know, the turnovers were just absolute killers for Treasure Coast.
Well, 41-0. It was the final score. Anything that could go wrong did go wrong for Treasure Coast. You know, they had 2 bad turnovers, one to end the second half that turned into a touchdown. One fumbled the opening kickoff of the second half. They had all those penalties, and against a team the caliber of Vero Beach, you just can't do that and expect to win. And for Vero Beach, they come on the road for the first time. A little shaky there in the opening going. They had some penalties themselves in offense. They ran into a tough Treasure Coast defense, but you know, they kept getting extra chances, and they finally cashed in, outscoring Treasure Coast 28-0 in the second half. I think the depth and the fact that they ran so many plays finally helped them paid off there in the second half. This was a demolition. It's not going to be pretty for Treasure Coast when they look at the film, but you know, Irvin Jones is going to say to his team, hey, you know, if we don't turn the ball over, if we clean up the penalties, we're still a pretty good football team. Mm-hmm. And whatever is wrong with William Bobo, the excellent runner for Treasure Coast, they need to get him back.
Yep.
So if they clean up the penalties, they don't turn the ball over, and they get Bobo going, it's a very good team. A team that, you know, was receiving votes for the top 10.
And on the 30th, you and I will be back together again right here at South County Stadium. It's a battle of the western portion of St. Lucie and that's a St. Lucie West Centennial versus Treasure Coast. So until the 30th, of course, next week, we're going to have a simulcast, Lakeland Kathleen against South Fork from Bulldog Stadium, and Mike Thomas and Eric Dober will have the call for you down there at South Fork High School. So until the 30th of October, for Adam McDonald, I'm Greg Wyatt. Have a good night, everyone.